Hey guys, it's Paul Williams, Keller Williams Realty. My number is 858-376-7653. Just sitting out of my backyard, and I'm going to be showing property tomorrow, so I thought I would go ahead and put together this quick little video on some things that I've learned that have made my job a lot easier as an agent to try to schedule the showings and all of that stuff. Any seasoned agent will tell you that it can be a royal pain in the butt if you're scheduling multiple properties to figure out your timing and all of that stuff. So I'm just pardon me, enjoying my cigar and doing some more. Let me grab something to drink here real quick. Don't judge me. Anyway, so here are all my properties, okay? So these are the ones that I'm going to be showing tomorrow. I've selected them all, and I'm going to export to CSV, comma separated value, and I'm going to select my showing spreadsheet that I've already created, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. I'm going to go ahead and export it. You're not going to be able to see this part. It's no big deal. But I have everything saved into a Dropbox folder, and I'm going to just save that as a MLS underscore defined underscore spreadsheet. That's how the MLS wants to save it. So I'm just saving it as that, and that's important because later on, another day when I'm scheduling it, I always want it to be looking at that same CSV file. The contents of that file will change, but I always want it to look at that file, and I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. I'm going to first show you newer agents. How did I create that user spreadsheet? So I've gone to Preferences, User, and then I'm going to go down to Report Views, Spreadsheet. And you can see down here I've created this called Showing. You can click on one of these other ones and just change all these fields. And all I've got is the address and the zip code. That's it. Pretty simple. So you can create your own showing spreadsheet. So I've got that downloaded. Now let's go take a peek at the Excel spreadsheet, and we'll see where the magic happens. Okay? So I'm going to go over to my spreadsheet. It's blank right now. I'm going to go to the data, and I'm going to say refresh it. And it's going to go out, and it's going to find that same spreadsheet that I just downloaded, the CSV file. And it's going to drop it in here, and it puts in the address and the zip code, and then this column combines the two. So now I'm going to just take this column, and I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go back to my browser, and I'm going to go to this neat little website, gebweb.net/Optimap. Not my URL, not my website. But that's just what it is, okay? So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go add bulk addresses, and I'm going to drop that information in that I got from my spreadsheet. These are the properties I'm going to show. Now in this particular instance, I'm going to pick her up at her hotel, and her hotel address I've got saved over here, so I'm going to just drop it in. So now that's her hotel. I'm going to leave my office. I'm going to go to her hotel, pick her up, go view these homes in some order or some fashion, and then I'm going to go back to her hotel and drop her off. So I'm going to add this list of locations, and I'm going to get an error here, and I know that. Okay, watch what happens. Look at number 7 on there. I don't know what the heck it found there, but if I hover over it and click on it, I can see it seems to think that this property is way up in Northern California. It's not. So what I've learned is that if I come over here and I select that one and I tell it it's in San Diego, I'm going to come down here, I'm going to say start over again, and now I'm going to add this list of locations. I think it's because this was all in capitalization. It was all capital letters, so it somehow for some reason goofs it up. So that's a little fix that I found. So now these are all properly mapped. Well, now what I want this thing to do is to tell me what order should I see these things in? What's the best route? And if I go over here, it has calculate the fastest round trip. It also has calculate the fastest A to Z trip. So that would mean if I want to see them in that order. Well, I don't know what order, so I'm just going to tell it fastest round trip. Watch this. Look at how fast it did that. So there's all the homes that I'm going to see in the order in which I'm going to see them. Now even down here it tells me the directions, tells me the mileage, but one thing it doesn't tell me is the time. And that's really what I'm interested in, is the time. So if I come over here and I go to export, I'm going to go optimal address order, and that's the order of the properties I'm going to see. That's her hotel. I'm going to leave that out. These are the properties I'm going to view. I'm going to leave that bottom one out because that's her hotel. So just these properties, and I'm going to copy them, and I'm going to go back over to my spreadsheet, and I'm going to drop them in here on this showing notes tab. I'm going to put them right here. Boom. That's the order in which I'm going to see them. Well, now I still don't have the times, okay? That's the next step. And I know this seems a little complex right now, but trust me, once you get the hang of it, it's a lot easier. So I'm going to go back over to my Chrome browser, and over here, rather than the optimal address order, I'm going to minimize that again. That's all I'm doing is minimizing it. Now I'm going to go up, and here's the magic. View in Google Maps. And Google Maps throws them all in for me. And if I scroll down here, I can go to details. And now look what it has. For me to get from her hotel to Almazan is going to take me 22 minutes. To get from Almazan to the next property is 11 minutes. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's it right there, 11 minutes. So it's 11, and then 7 to the next one. So 11, 7, 4, 1, 9. 11, 7, 4, 1, 9, 8. Okay. I'm going to go back over to my Excel spreadsheet. And over here, I'm going to put those numbers in. 11, 7, 9, 4, I don't remember what they were, 8, it doesn't matter at this point. I'd go back and check if it was really important. In the 8 minutes. All right. So now this is where this gets really cool. Make this a little bigger so I can see it. Okay. So up here is my default showing time. What that means is how long is it going to take to get out of the car, look at the house, get back in the car, and get on the road again. I have found that that 12 minutes works pretty well. If I happen to know that these clients are really fast, real particular, they get in and out, I might change that to 8 minutes. When I do that, look at how these times change. I'm going to hit 8, and all these times have changed. Okay? So I arrived at the first property at 10:30. Took me 8 minutes or 11 minutes to get to the next one after I left, because as I'm leaving here, so this didn't factor in this time, as I'm already getting in the car and I'm driving 11 minutes. And at this property, I spent 8 minutes, and then another 7 minutes to drive to that one. If I know that they're going to take a long time, maybe they're going to take 20 minutes at each property, that tells me my times. Now, I make my phone calls, I start calling around, and I get to this one on Bitter Creek. And they say, oh, no, sorry, we just put it in escrow. Or, no, we're not available for showing that day. I can come in here and put in no, and you'll see here this is 11:08 and this is 11:37. So if I do that, it changes it. So what it now tells me is it adds this from here to there, and it gives me an 11:10. So I'll get there at 11:10. It's got a little fudge factor because the route is going to be a little bit different, but it's still good enough. So when I make my calls, I can go ahead. I can make my notes over here, person's name, showing vacant, any code that they might give me, any notes I can put over here. And let's say that, for instance, these people, they end up telling me, yeah, you can come by, but I want you to call me first. So I can remember to give them a call if I put in their phone number. And then what I do is I print this out with me, take it with me with all of my my papers from the MLS, and I bind it all together, and it turns out to be a nice, neat package. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video I did. I hope you find it useful. If you have any questions, you can give me a call, 858-376-7653. Like it down below. I'd appreciate that. That helps. helps me here on YouTube. And if you'd like a copy of my spreadsheet, why don't you send me an email? Easiest email for me is paulwilliams@kw.com. Hope you liked it.